Okay, today's lesson is all about partitioning four-digit numbers by their place value. So to do this, you need to understand the value of each digit within a number, and to do that, we need to understand that the placement of that digit tells us its value. And we need to also understand that a digit can mean different things depending on where it is placed within that number. So I've got three examples in front of me. I've got 4,586, 2,619 and 5,064. And each of these three numbers has a 6-digit within it. But in each of those numbers, the 6-digit is worth a different amount. So in my first number, the 6 is worth 6 ones or 6 units. In the second number, the 6 is worth 6 hundredths. And in the last number, it is worth 6 tens or 60. So when we partition a number, we break it down and we separate the thousands, the hundreds, the tens and the ones. So we can often hear that partitioning when we actually say the number. So in the first number, we have 4,000 plus 500 plus 80 plus 6. And if we say the number, we can actually hear that, 4,586. Our second number is 2,619. So as you can hear, this number has two thousands, 600. Now the last part's a bit tricky. You don't hear 110. We hear it as a teen number, but it means the same thing. We have 10 and we have 9. So 10 and 9 together makes 19, and here we have 2,619. Our last number is 5,064. Now this one's a little trickier because it has 0 in one of the places, and we don't hear the 0 and we don't say the 0. So we also don't need to write the 0, but it's important that it's there because without it, the number would be something very different. So in this number, the 5 is worth 5,000. There's 0 hundreds, so we don't write that down. We have 6 tens, which is 60, and 4 ones. If the 0 wasn't there, it would just say 564. So the 0 is very important, even though we don't necessarily say it and we don't necessarily recognize it when we write it down. So that's the first three questions for you. I'm going to move on and have a go at a few more on your own on the next page. So now I want you to have a go at these numbers on your own. In your maths books, have a go at partitioning these four numbers at the top into their place value parts. The seventh one is a little trickier, so have a think about that one. And then for question number 8, I want you to recombine that number which has been partitioned back into its original number. I want you to have a go at that, so pause the video, and then when you've done it, come back and check the answers. I'll go through those with you in a second. Okay, how'd you go? Oh, you didn't find that too hard? Let's see how you went. So I'll give you the answers. You can mark your own work and don't cheat, and give yourself a big tick if you get them right. Let me know how you go. All right, so our first number was 3,845. I wrote the little symbols above to help you out here. Remember, the units is U means units or ones. That's my Englishness coming through there. So 3,845. Let's, if we say it, we can hear there's 3,000 plus 800 plus 40 plus 5. 3,845. How'd you go? How you got that one right? All right, let's try the next one. 2,907. So that one is 2,000 plus 900. Now this one had no tens, so we don't need a fourth number. We only need 3 here, so we don't need to write plus 0. We could write this, but there's really no need. It's worthless, so we generally don't bother to write that. So plus 7. Okay, so 2,907. 2,907. Okay, the next one's got 2 zeros in it. So actually a much easier answer in terms of less writing, but let's see how you went. So this one, let's try the equal sign instead. This one's 3,001. So if we listen, we can hear 3,001. 3,001. Okay, now the next one, I didn't give you the place value as above the top here. So this one is actually reads as 40,631. So 40,000. So this number here, the 4, its place value is 10,000s. So we have 40,000. So that's 40, and then thousands is 3 zeros. You'll sometimes see it with a comma in it too. We don't need to do the comma, but I'll put it in just to help you see that. It's 40,000 plus, and there's 0,000, so we don't need to put that one in. We've got 600. You can hear that, 40,631 plus 30 plus 1. So for our last number, we recombine that. We had 3,000, so that's a 3 starts with. Now you notice that one has 4 digits. The next number has 3 digits. These 3 would overlap with these 3. So if you think about this, the 2 would go in the place of this 0, and these zeros would just be put on top of the other existing zeros. So that'd be 3,200. And similarly, these numbers here, there's 2 digits. It would overlap with the last 2 digits here. So the 8 goes next. And then we've got a single digit at the end of 5. So our number would be 3,285. 3,285. How'd you go? Let me know how you went. If you want some harder ones sending to you, send me a message and I'll give you some challenges.